Hey guys, welcome to this week's VIP show. Raymond and I are on the orange couch again. I just realized I totally clashed with the orange couch.
Well, that's okay.
I kind of clashed with myself.
Last week.
Hold on. I just got a text message. I'm waiting to see if I need to go do this volunteer work, which is a long story, and I'll talk to you guys about it later. And I still don't know. Okay. This is what we have.
I'm not holding down the show by myself.
Sorry, we just might have to film it later. Did I not mention that? So, okay, here's the deal. Here's the things that I want to talk about in this week's VIP show. I've got a VIP mailbag question that is fun. And then I want to talk about what's in my art box, the art box that I've had for, I'm not going to say how many years, but since college.
There's things in here. May I open your art box?
Yeah, you can look in the art box. I'll actually unbox it over there. No, wait, don't mess it all up. I want to be surprised when I open it up.
I'm not messing anything up.
All right. And then I will talk about my Valentine's Day shoot. I've decided that I will tell you guys what it's all about because I can't keep it to myself. Don't tell me any secrets because I have a problem keeping them. I want to tell everybody so everybody's happy. And then, did you say you wanted to talk about vendors?
Vendor update.
Vendor update?
Some things that we talked about. We talked trash about some vendors. I have a new vendor I can talk trash about. And,
okay.
You know.
Anyway.
And it's raining. So
oh, look, I do have to go. I have to go. I have to go.
We'll resume.
Yeah, you don't have to do the VIP show by yourself. You guys want to talk to me anyway, right? So I'm going to stop here and we will pick this back up either tonight if you can come back or tomorrow. Okay, I'm back. We're back. And I did film the going through my art box. So I'm going to show that to you guys right now. Bye-bye. All right, let's see what's inside here. All right, like I said, I haven't been in here in a while. This is actually even like warped now. Okay, I've got 2 layers. It's kind of like a fishing tackle box. All right, so let's start up top here. I've got charcoal in here. I've got 2 different kinds of charcoal in here actually. This is compressed charcoal. It's compressed charcoal. It's charcoal. It makes it really, really black. You can get really dark lines with this. And then moving on to actually my favorite thing in here, which is I've got a couple different kinds. I've got stick charcoal, and this is like not so processed charcoal. It's much more delicate and it's lighter. You know, it's not. It's not compressed altogether. So you don't get typically as dark of a line or as dark of a black with the stick charcoal as you do with this compressed, but it is, I don't know, for some reason I find it really fun to work with. It's even smearier than the stick charcoal. So this stuff is my favorite. And what else? Oh, here's another drawing utensil. This is a crayon, and I've also got, I think I've got some other colors. Yeah, I've got white and like a sepia tone and black. So those are crayons. And then let's see. Let me go with what you use together here. So now I have pencils. I've got different hardnesses and softnesses with the pencils. I got the ones that I needed for the class, and then the teacher actually had us buy an X-Acto knife so that we could sharpen the pencils like artists do. And if you use a pencil sharpener, like a regular pencil sharpener, you use a lot of lead, you lose a lot of lead, and artists are poor. So so the idea with the Sharpie is that you scrape off the wood and you're left with the full cylinder of lead. So I have these. These are the ones that I purchased individually for the class because I only got the ones that I needed. I actually also I had a friend who took a drawing class on a whim, and he bought this whole set, and then he just didn't care, about it afterwards and ended up giving it to me. So I've got this fancy little, set as well. And then to go along with these pencils, I had a couple different kinds of eraser. There were these gum erasers, I think they're called. And then the Magic Rub eraser, which is a really good eraser, if you ever need a good eraser. And then also this putty type. This is, and it's kind of dried out now, but this is it's like a putty. And when you first buy it, it's like Play-Doh, and it will also erase for you. And like all of these different erasers are for different things, because sometimes you'll want to smudge when you rather than totally erase, you're looking to smudge, or you are looking to completely erase. So you use all these for different reasons. I just realized you guys probably can't see those because they're probably hiding behind the art bin. Okay. Speaking of smudging, this is called a stomp. It is, I don't know exactly what this material is. It's like cotton or paper rather, and it's wrapped and rolled up real tightly until you get this thing, and it's for smudging, for smearing your softer leads. And again, you use your X-Acto knife to scrape scrape off when you get too much, when this gets too dirty and you don't want it to smudge other parts of your artwork. You can scrape off and get the nice white paper underneath. Obviously, I haven't been in this in a while. I didn't prepare for this little discussion that we're having. Okay. The next thing I have in here is a pen. I've got an ink pen and the different tips for, we did some kind of almost calligraphy style lines on paper. We really didn't use this very much, but it's still kind of fun. I think I've got a paper towel from college, and it had sunflowers on it. A little well, and I just used a piece of Tupperware. And I had ink in here. Yeah, I do. I've still got the ink. I'm sure it's all dried up. But that's what I used for that section of the class. Let's see. What else do I have in here? I actually have a couple things in here that I have from other times. My aunt was a teacher for a long time, so every once in a while she still gives me little things like from her classrooms. These are just watercolor pencils that are kind of fun to mess around with. And what else do I have in here? Oh, this was my friend's stomp. Obviously not used as much as mine was, because he was just messing around. I don't know, somehow. I guess he bought two, because mine's like all thick and his is nice and thin like a pencil. I've never noticed that before. And then I've got these different colored pencils. That's a Crayola colored pencil. I'm not sure how that got in there. I'm actually going to take that out right now. But these other Prismacolor colored pencils and this General's Layout pencil here, this white one, are just really nice colored pencils. You can smear them. The color is really nice and bright. And I actually purchased these not this one. I think this one I actually purchased for this class. But these few colored pencils I purchased for an art project in high school, and it was kind of a big deal because I did not have any money, and I had to beg my parents for these. Oh look, there's one more. So I only bought these. I don't even have a full set of really nice colored pencils. I just have these. I was doing an art project actually for an art history class that I took in high school. And what else do I have? Pretty. You know what's so funny? I've had these crayons since I was like in middle school. I remember seeing these My World colors, and it really struck me when I saw them, and I'll show you guys. Even back then, I remember thinking like, I don't know, looking at people and different colors of people, and it was just always really interesting to me. And so I got them, and I still really like them because it's all these different colors of browns and, blue and green and, different browns for eye colors too. And I don't know, I really like it. I don't know how the silver fits into the whole thing. But it does, apparently, somehow. Because they needed a metallic or something. I still have a love of crayons. You guys see me use those all the time. I guess this... Probably I bought my pencils in this. Just a piece of paper, a little envelope. And then the chamois, is full of... this chamois is full of little pieces of stomp and little shavings from the pencil. But it is also for like smearing your pencil or anything else really. The chamois gives you a different kind of a smear. You know, you can rub with your fingers and get the oils from your hands onto the page. You can rub or smear with the stomp, or you can use something like a chamois. This is just a chamois like that you would wash your car with. And then you could also do it with erasers. And what else do I have here? This, I believe, was my assignment. It was, look, drawing one final assignment. Perspective Xerox drawing. So this, without reading the whole thing, I remember what the assignment was. I had to take a copy of a artwork, a black and white copy of an artwork, and cut out with my X-Acto knife very exactly, you know, a part of this work of art, and paste it onto another piece of paper, a piece of drawing paper. And then the idea was to make it disappear with my pencils or charcoal or whatever it was that you wanted to do. And you know, the idea was that the teacher didn't want to know where that little cutout piece of paper was. And I believe I did something with pointillism, and you could definitely see where the paper was, but you know, that's okay. It was a drawing one class. And then I think this is like Kleenex that I probably also was experimenting with, you know, smearing different things. And oh look, this was an option that I grabbed, obviously, for... I took this copy for maybe doing that final project. I was gonna, you know, take a piece of it and then, you know, try and draw around it, but I didn't end up using that. What else do I have in here? I have some more paper. What's on this? It's just a piece of paper from my drawing book, obviously. And then I've got some oil pastels in here. Not from this class, but probably from my aunt. And I think, oh, you know what's funny? This little straw, I saw it in here initially and I thought, what is that? Why did that get in there? I think this was actually, I think it was for experimenting with the ink. I think I had a bunch of little pieces of straw in there. And that's it. That's it. Oh, look. A Ziploc bag. Oh, another piece of my stick charcoal. These are like gold. I need to hold on to these. And I think that's it. This box itself, I could show you, is an art bin, and it's neat because it's kind of customizable. You have all these little pieces that you can break off, little dividers, and fit in there. But that's it. That's all that is in my art box, other than lots of little shavings and stuff. That's what's in my art box. You didn't get to see that part. You can wait until everybody sees it in the video. Or you can actually just look through it. I found something in there that I actually didn't know was in there, because I've really not been through it very much since college. Which is funny because I had that stuff, I loved using it, and I just never do. It's kind of a thing where I feel like I have to conserve it because it was such a hardship at the time when I bought it. Anyway, long story. So, you seem grouchy.
I'm tired. It's been a long day.
So
this was supposed to be done hours ago.
Sorry. I'm tired and I'm cold.
I'm gonna break.
I needed to put on.
I'm gonna break one thing from your art box. I'm just kidding.
Don't break the stick charcoal. You can break anything else.
What's this?
That's a stomp.
What's a stomp?
It smears.
Oh, it smears other things.
Yeah, it can smear anything, really, but I mainly used it for pencil. That wasn't even my stomp. I have
Wait a
several
minute,
of them.
this is a tackle box.
I know, isn't it?
All right, I'll put this away now. This is like your sacred art.
It really is. I feel almost silly.
What
I don't get attached.
What's this?
It's a crayon, basically. I don't get attached to things almost ever. I do love my electronics, I will admit, but I don't get attached to things very often. And that's one thing that I have carted around with me everywhere I've moved, everywhere I've gone. I've gotten rid of a lot of stuff, and I cannot get rid of that.
Well,
it is sacred. That's the word.
I'm sorry I threatened it.
That's okay. I knew you were kidding. Otherwise, you would have gotten a back fist to the face. Okay, so let's talk about the VIP mailbag. There was a question that came through, and it was, if I were a camera, what features would I have? And I thought it was such a funny and cool and just neat question that I asked it to my general audience on Facebook and got some good answers. You know, I got what I expected. I'd have a long lens, or I'd have a long lens, or you know, I'd have. And then I got a lot of people, which I expected this would just give me like their wish list for what they wanted their camera to be. And I'm going through it, and I'm like, oh yeah, good. Oh hey, that's funny. That one's good. And then I thought, oh, I should answer this. I should actually answer the VIP that asked me this question in the VIP show, because I just thought it was a really funny and cool question. So I was thinking about it, and I was like, if I'm honest, what would be the things that would be my features? So I'm thinking, this is what I've come up with. I'm thinking that I would be I'd be a good all-arounder kind of a camera. Like, not good at any one thing in particular, you know? I'm not a specialized camera. I'm just kind of a good all-arounder. And I'm thinking kind of like the D300S, because it's a little bit of a compact body, has a good frames per second, because I'm like all over the place all the time. And, you know, it's real easygoing. It's an easygoing camera. It just does what you tell it to do. So I feel like that's kind of like me. Like, I'm kind of like all over the place, excited to do it, but like I'm not really good at any one given thing. I just kind of know a little bit about a lot of different things. That's what I think.
Good.
What do you think? Can you give us any of the features of the Raymond camera?
I was actually thinking about it. I didn't know what the question of the day was, so I was thinking about it while you were answering, so I vaguely know what yours is.
That's okay.
I'd be a DSLR, but a small one, like D3300 size, or that diminutive Canon SL1, S1, something.
What is that called?
I don't know.
It is so
I think it's the
cute
SL1,
and small.
SL1, S1.
That does not sound right to me at all, and that might be completely right. I don't know.
But I would have a very low resolution sensor, like 3 megapixel, but it would be very crisp, and it would have a very high frames per second when you wanted it. So it'd be like the little camera that could, like, you have like 36 megapixel cameras, rumors of a 50 megapixel Canon, and mine would be 3. And you'd still get great, clear SL1. Was I right? Was I right?
Totally right.
I would get great, clear images because the pixels would be so big, and people would be like, "It does ISO 2 million." Well, because there's less pixels.
A little bit unassuming is kind of what you're saying.
Exactly. So it would it would be the size of those cameras, but it would be like, it would have a very durable shutter, and it would have like a metal body, and it would be kind of heavy. It would be deceptively heavy when you picked it up. You'd pick it up, and it would feel really like solid, and people would dismiss it. They'd be like, "Oh, that's 3 megapixels. You know you got scammed into that." And I'd be like, "Fine, yes, I have been scammed. Sure, instant focus, really fast frames per second, really crisp images." Brilliant color.
I like that. That's really clever, and it makes me wish I would have answered that way.
No, your answer was good.
No, you know what? The one other thing that mine would have, as I'm looking down at what I'm wearing right now and the couch that we're sitting on, If I were a camera, I would have some kind of really crazy camera strap. Probably homemade and maybe made out of duct tape.
Would it be like the Pentax Q series where you can like customize, like two-tone it? Like you could be pink and green?
No, I think it would probably be like homemade type of customization, not like from the factory customization. Because I'm a little rough around the edges.
Like it would be like made of yarn?
I was thinking duct tape, but yarn might work.
People would be like, oh, you made a little cozy for your camera. And you'd be like, no, that's the outside of the camera. The sensor gets a lot of dust.
I need to make a camera cozy.
Don't do that.
I don't have.
Do not.
I tried to knit, you guys, and I went to YouTube and learned how to knit, and man, I got a little obsessed with it. I know.
Not you.
I thought I need sometimes to try to turn my brain off, because my brain is just, it does not stop. I'm going all of the time in there. And it's like a hamster on a wheel in there. And I thought, if I knit...
I can't hear anything.
If I knit, maybe I'll be concentrating on that and it'll turn off my brain and it'll help me decompress.
You're just going to analyze the knitting.
Yeah, a little bit. But then, I'm knitting and knitting and knitting and knitting and knitting and knitting and knitting.
And you get like an inch.
And I got like this much, and I'm like...
You're like, wow, that was 6 hours, I'm not going to get back.
Wait, because then I was like, oh, hell no. I'm going to knit this fucking scarf, and
you just dropped the F-bomb. I'm sorry.
Well, that's what I thought in my head.
That was not
actually
appropriate.
What I thought. Should I go back and bleep it out when I'm editing?
No, just let them...
It'll be like, bing!
Let them hear
now.
it.
Beep!
No.
Anyway.
What's done is done.
So I knitted the whole thing of yarn that I had.
Oh my god. And you get like 2 inches.
And it's like this long.
Oh my god.
I'm not kidding. It's like this long. What do I do with that? What do you do with it? I don't know.
No.
And I don't even care to go find out, because I'm frustrated and I'm annoyed that the thing of yarn isn't long enough for me to knit a scarf.
You're too impatient and analytical to knit.
Yeah, I'm 2D300S.
Does the D300S knit?
I just made that up.
I don't see it knitting. It's just sitting there saying, charge my battery.
Yeah. So, oh no, it has a fully charged battery. It's probably not fully charged, but I've got 2 D300S batteries charged up in the D300S cubbyhole right now. Like, it's ready to go all the time, just like Leigh. Anyway.
I stole one of your beers while I was waiting for the show to start.
Oh, no wonder you're like, ooh. And I had some tea, and that's why I'm like...
And you had like 31 cups of coffee, and I'm like, time for a nap.
No, yeah, I actually had Starbucks this morning, and that gets me going like for the whole rest of the day, because that stuff has a lot of caffeine in it. Okay, moving along. We've talked about my art box. We've talked about the type of camera I would be and the type of camera you would be. If you guys haven't answered yet, shoot me a line and let me know what you would be like if you were a camera. I don't know. I just think it's such a cool question. So, moving on. The last thing that I wanted to talk about today was the Valentine's Day shoot. And I'm totally going to unveil it to you guys. I am going to do a pinup shoot. And people have asked for this for so long, and I keep saying no, because I feel like I don't have that look. I don't have that wide-eyed, really young kind of a look. And I think I am going to struggle with it, but I'm going to try my best. I'm actually attempting to get some hair and makeup artists to help me out. And I think I have a wardrobe planned out and everything for it. So I'm really looking forward to trying it out.
Have you been in contact with hair and makeup? Specialty hair and
No,
makeup?
I've just been searching, and I'm about to actually start contacting people. It's time, because
it is time.
Shoot real soon. Yeah.
I could do it.
Hair and makeup?
Yeah, like hair clippers.
No, but you know what? You want to help me out with the shooting part?
Would you? Yeah, that's fine.
Thanks, I really appreciate it, because...
Would you say yes?
I will be clothed, sort of. Anyway, moving on. So, yeah, that's what I'm doing. Now, for you, you had something that you wanted
Well, wait a
to
minute.
talk about.
Is this pinup outdoors, indoors,
Yeah, there are a lot of
at like the
options,
candy
huh?
store?
No, I am going to do studio pinup.
Okay.
Because, yes, there is definitely the pinup look,
It's supposed to be like by the beach.
like at the beach or by the pool or something, but I don't have those options. I don't have a beach option right now because I'm in the
You
desert.
could make a beach.
That would be a nice.
Dump truck full of sand.
My ball
umbrella.
is full of sand. I could just turn him over. But pool. My pool area just isn't well suited to that style. So I am just going to go with a crisp studio look because that is what a lot of the pinup shots were just real plain studio photos.
Sure.
So
A lot of gray backdrops.
yeah,
Black and white,
it's
gray.
either going to be gray or white. I would like to do white, but I think I am going to be on the ground a lot, and man, it's difficult to do white blown out
If you're on the ground.
on the ground without a bunch of shadowing.
We can do it.
Yeah, I mean, you helped me out with the Halloween shoot where we did that, and it was great.
Yeah,
but,
it worked out good.
but it does take a lot longer, and I know I'm already going to be struggling with facial expressions and body movements and stuff. So I'm not sure. Anyway, gray might be cool too. So, vendors.
Oh yeah, vendor update. So Lumoid.
Wait, I need to reset the cameras.
I will stay frozen like this.
Okay.
How did I do? I tried to stay completely still.
I don't
Does
know.
it? I guess I don't need to.
Did it work? Probably not.
No. So that it's like seamless. Like yes.
Nice job.
Okay, so Lumoid. We picked on Lumoid a couple times.
Oh my gosh! Stop saying we picked on
We
them.
did. We picked on them.
A little bit.
We did. But they're getting their act back together.
Yeah.
In fact, they're doing something. They're going a little different direction.
We should
Maybe
like make very clear that all of the rentals were awesome.
Oh
I
yeah,
didn't
yeah,
have
yeah.
any problems with that
They're
end.
fine company,
Yeah.
very well packaged, everything
Yeah.
from the service standpoint. Not just you, but people who've given you feedback who
Yeah.
use them have been
Yeah.
very, very happy. We're talking about like their social media strategy.
Yeah,
Like,
there was
very specific
Yeah.
part of their marketing, nothing to do with their operations.
No.
Their
Yeah.
operations are fine.
Yeah, we need to make that
Yeah,
very
let me
clear.
make that abundantly
And
clear.
I am not I'm not getting paid for this. So and I don't think any of them look at my VIP videos.
I
so.
hope not, because or else you're never getting anything else from them.
But yeah, the actual company, awesome. What they were trying to do on the back end with the
With
whole
the
new thing didn't work out.
We should just do their blog thing that they're starting. So, but the good news is, so let's focus on the good
I
news.
totally thought about that when they said they were looking for a new person. I'm like,
No, you don't have time
no, I
for
don't.
that. I do, but I have something else going. The good news is the X100T review and the D750 review. They said, "Yeah, put them up. We're not ready to do what we were going to do with them. And yes, you made them. Thank you. Put them up."
Yep.
So
Pretty awesome.
yeah,
Pretty awesome.
So
Because they could have said keep holding on to it.
exactly. In which case, it would have been maybe time to
Maybe. Yeah.
find another. Because I mean, at a certain point, the reviews are too old.
Yeah.
So they're still relevant. They're still very relevant.
Yeah.
The reviews have been very popular on YouTube. So it was a good agreement that we've come to. Another aspect of the vendor side is like the Amazon links. When you talk about new products, you normally include an Amazon link. It's the same price to the consumer, but you get a small affiliate commission.
I get to pay my
Well,
bills.
you get to pay your bills. Now, sometimes people get your feelings hurt and say, "Oh, look, she gets commission on
Oh, I
that."
hate it when that
Okay,
happens.
go to Amazon and pay the same price,
I know.
and you don't get your like single-digit percent, you
Yeah.
know, of the low single-digit percent of the purchase price. It's like
I think we talked about this last week with people thinking that I'm being disingenuous or something, and I hate that because
most of
try
the
not to
products
be that way.
you talk about. I will say, I think I can say most with a straight face. Most of the products that you talk about that you put a link to are things that you have actually purchased.
oh yes,
And
things
not,
that I
and
have-
not like actually
thought
spent
my
your
own
money,
money. Yeah.
your money for.
Yeah.
And it's not as though the commissions then, like if it's a $200 item, it's not like you mention the item and all of a sudden like $500 comes like rolling in a station wagon and gets like dropped off in front of your house.
Yeah.
Like if it's just some niche product, you'll get a few dollars to, cover the electricity that you're using right now. So that's the side of this business that I see is the, that kind of financials. Is that Brown?
Leroy Brown? My cat likes to be in the show, and sometimes he sits there and he scratches at the door until we let him in, so I had to chase him off.
There's no room for him in this show today. I'm talking serious business here.
I don't want to make him think that he can scratch at the door and I'll just let him in.
So part of what you do is you help direct people to products that you love and enjoy and give them links. And yes, you're an Amazon affiliate. Well, we were contacted by another vendor, a single vendor. Amazon's like a vendor of vendors. They sell some things, but they warehouse and ship and, whatever. And this is a prominent online and retail camera store that rhymes with...
No, stop it. Period.
D and... Rhymes with D and hate. No,
H-E double hockey sticks. That's where you're going.
What? I didn't say B and H. I'm not going to say anything
Cutting this all out.
bad about them. And I feel bad for them. Because they don't do the volume that Amazon does.
Feel real bad for the giant camera store that everybody loves to go to. And
but
all kinds of
at the end of the day, a lot of people now buy from Amazon.
That's true.
Amazon does volume in every sector of products. So someone goes on to Amazon and they're buying a camera and they buy $9,000 worth of
beer.
Toilet paper and beer. Can you buy beer on Amazon?
Did I say beer?
I think you said beer.
Did I just say beer?
Right.
I will find out in my go back. I know I said something out loud, but I don't know if it was beer.
So
maybe I need beer.
Obviously Amazon, and they just had tremendous earnings and stock prices way up, etc. So the nameless camera store just can't offer the same kind of margin to the affiliates, and it's kind of work your way up to still sub Amazon type compensation for a smaller assortment of products.
Yeah.
And they want you to make, and they have stipulations, whereas Amazon, you just sign up for the program, you don't talk to a human, you just sign up for the program and you're free to link or not link, and you don't link everything that you talk about, very specific things that you believe people would get the same benefit from that you have. It's not like you go up and throw a random link there every day with some assurance that some amount of people are just going to click a link that they see because you posted it.
That'd be funny. I'm just going to randomly.
Here's a random product.
This is the Yoshi doll
that
I have.
So Amazon,
link to it.
21st century, no human interaction whatsoever. You simply sign up. You tell them where to send the money if you make any. And so this other store has this program that you have to kind of earn your way into, and then you can maybe get some loaner equipment
it's kind of old school.
Stuff like that. And that's great, and I'm sure they're doing as much as they can. But we sat down, we looked at the numbers, and it wasn't within. I knew before we laid
didn't even have to
the
look at
numbers
the
out.
numbers,
It was just not even close. We're not talking about a lot here, which only amplifies it more. Is do you want to turn a little bit into
a little bit,
a much little bit, and really not have any upside? Or just keep the little bit that you have now and not experience any downside. I feel bad. I'm not trying to pick on them. They're fine. I've ordered from them. I bought several cameras and other things from them.
I've worked with other vendors that work the same way. And
the one that rhymes with Chaturanga.
Chaturanga. Raymond likes to make fun of my yoga.
I make fun of your yoga. I didn't think of a word that rhymes with Adorama.
Oh my god, stop. Oh, I just almost knocked my computer off the couch. Okay, so anyway, the point is, these companies are fine. They're great.
Fine. Die from them.
But, for someone who's in the position where they make their living off of, all these different things, the internet links and ads and clickable items, it isn't as profitable as some other things that I have been exploring. Now, if I didn't have my relationship with Lumoid.com,
The fine folks at
it may
Lumoid.
look more attractive, but I do have that relationship with them. I hopefully will be able to still get, more gear from them in the future, and hopefully they get their whole thing worked out, because it actually sounded like a really cool.
Yeah, they have really good ideas. It's tough to get started. I mean, they're already a startup, and then they're starting their social portion, which is basically like starting another startup.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why there's two of us,
Yeah.
So they're effectively trying to build another brand, which is great. So anyway, the only reason I bring this up is to bring up some insight for your viewers into that other side of
I know,
the
that's rare.
business.
I have classically not discussed specifics like this.
It's a little bit in your book. When you're first getting started,
Yeah.
though. There weren't, you didn't quite have as many deals and stuff
I
in
didn't
place.
name names so much.
But
Not like it's a secret, though.
well, I think you talked about Amazon in there, maybe. But so I feel bad for these businesses because of Amazon. I mean, it's just better. It is.
It is, but if you want to, but the thing is, they would also have possibly promoted me, so that can be beneficial for other.
You're right. That's
people.
the disadvantage of Amazon being basically no human involvement.
And maybe
is
B&H,
if they were to post something on their page about you, it would yield you a tremendous amount of views. Now, the real deal, though, is they have hundreds or even thousands of affiliates, so you would have to really earn your way into that kind of status with them.
And that's exactly
And you
what
may as well earn your way into your own status. As you're earning your way into status with them, you're just making them lots of money and making yourself little tiny bits of money.
Yeah.
Very convenient for them.
I mean, I could go into even more, where this, the salesperson who was trying to sell me on it was, talking about how there's no downside for me, and how, and there's all this education on our site that these people that your viewers could, make use of when you link to our site. And I was like, but then it's sending my viewers away from me to go view somewhere else.
Traffic. Yeah. Hey, just bring us traffic. There's no downside.
And I'm like, well, I like promoting other places, but it's also like, oh gosh, I do have to protect my paycheck a little bit. So
allow me
just send people
to
out.
take less affiliate, percentage on less products and help you make more money.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like, and that's fine.
Yeah.
They'd be silly not to have an affiliate program, and no, they probably cannot offer the same terms that Amazon has.
Yeah, and I'd be willing to bet that most of the people that these guys talk to are not, full-time, YouTubers.
Yeah.
They're probably people who are like, oh, sure,
They're
I'll
delighted.
get some extra dollars, and maybe get promoted by the company. But for me, it's like I really have to consider this stuff, because this is what I do. Now, I could just start taking up more and more, straight photography jobs, but I really like what I do.
Yeah.
So I want to keep doing it.
And then any perceptions of B&H, which aren't always positive, get associated with you. So you have to be careful,
that's true.
with that as well.
There's so much to think about, and running a business, you guys, man, it's stressful. No wonder the hamster's always going in my head.
Well, everybody, all these companies, they have a great pitch, we're going to do this and that and the other thing. And the reality is, well, no, we want your traffic.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
And is there enough trade-off, is there enough trade-off for that? In this case, probably not, based on what you've already, what you've already established.
Yeah.
So I'm not trying to pick on anyone.
Yeah.
And I did not name names. So, what's on tap for next week? When's this shoot, by the way? When do I have to?
I think I need to do a shoot for the D810
Okay.
review.
What shoot will that be?
I set up the I set up the the studio shoot for the D810, and I was like, I shared the whole setup with my VIPs in a video. I don't know if you saw it, but
no.
Yeah, I set up the whole studio, and I was talking through what I was doing and why I was doing it. It took me so long to do it that I ran out of time that day to actually do the shoot before I had to do some other stuff that day. So, which is fine. I hadn't like gotten ready for it or anything yet, but so I still have to do that, and I still want to do some outside stuff with it. I have a lot of outdoor photos, landscape photos that I could draw from for the review, but I really wanted to do some new stuff in the desert, which I believe we talked about this a couple weeks ago, maybe. So I need to do all of that next week because I'd really like to post the D810 review next Friday. I'm going to try. And then probably the next week is going to be the Valentine's Day shoot, which is, I believe, also the week of Valentine's Day. So, but Valentine's Day is on a Saturday, so I'm thinking I need to do the shoot on like Monday or Tuesday, so I have plenty of time.
Whole week.
I have a backup idea.
Well, let me know.
Just in case it doesn't work out also. And the backup idea is something that is my wheelhouse, and I will know how to take care of that if anything with the pinup shoot goes wonky, or if I just don't like the photos, because that happens sometimes where I think I'm doing something great and then it turns out like that didn't turn out so good.
You have to publish like the lost episodes then.
I should.
Here's the work that really sucks.
I was not going to say anything, but I posted the D750 review earlier this week. The photos, the studio photos from that shoot I was wet. I hated it. I hated those photos. Now, they're fine, the ones that I put in the video, but I'm not going to publish the rest of the shoot for the VIPs or for anybody else because I really don't like them.
If you don't like them,
I don't.
And you're like, this is crap.
It is not my best work.
Then it might not be the best thing to say, this is crap. Let me publish this and have it part of my reputation.
Yeah, so, yeah.
That's something one of those other companies we talked about would do. I'm just kidding. I'm so mean.
So yeah. So unfortunately those aren't getting shown. They're rough. They're real rough. So I guess I kind of owe everybody a wet in the studio shoot because I still want to do it. It's still such a cool
Yeah, I don't do that for Valentine's Day though. You've done that like 5 or 6 times. Do that.
Oh, I have gotten wet before. But this one was like really wet. Anyway, no, that wasn't going to be my backup.
That can be part of our new launch.
Day. That was something that isn't getting shown because it didn't work out, and
well, it's not going to work out this time. It's got to be the pinup.
Okay.
We need hair and makeup artists in here running around with their assistants. I'll bring assistants. I'll bring my intern.
No.
Should be bustling. Like it should be so bustling you lose track of where it's at. Like all the pictures are being taken, but you're not like ready. You don't know what's going on.
That's what it's like.
There's some like
a real photo
19-year-old blonde model like getting. You're like, who is she? How does this fit into my shoot?
That would be awesome.
Hair and makeup are like, we don't have time for you today.
I'm like, but it's my site.
And then like the makeup artist is like, oh, it's all about her, that bitch.
I don't think I've ever been called a bitch before.
Well,
I was thinking about that just the other day, and that's why. Because there was someone that I met that was not very nice.
wasn't
that word came up in my head.
Oh, you met a female somewhere.
I did, and she was not nice. I hate not nice people. Anyway, moving on from inappropriate discussion. That's it. Oh, I have the Q&A. You were asking me what I had on tap for next week. I have the Q&A video to do for everybody. I have, I think I just need to cut off the questions and just copy them into a document or something so that I can actually just make the video and answer everybody. I kind of glanced through the questions and there's some really good ones. So some really new and interesting ones. All the questions are always good, but there's some new ones. And that's pretty much all that's on my immediate platter right now. You working on anything for the site? Making any videos or anything for us?
Just complaining about vendors.
I keep trying to get them to make a video.
They're all very nice.
Or get into the studio for me. Valentine's Day with Raymond.
Nope. Working on the new site. Too busy.
Well, I need to get a male model in here or something then, because, or maybe I can use my Bob for posing men. That wouldn't work because he doesn't
No,
have
he
arms.
doesn't really pose. He's
Yeah.
just kind of a latex torso.
Bob is my punching guy.
Body opponent bag.
Yeah. That's it. That's it. We're getting carried away, and I'll talk to you guys next week.